Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Sunday the 17th of November 2019, and this is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for Euro and Cable for the third week of November. Let's take a look at the weekly Euro chart. And after a very bearish week the previous week, it did manage to find support at the 1.10 round figure level and had a slight pullback. So this was a very limited pullback, about 50 or 60 pips for the whole of last week. So we'll see whether there's a continuation move on this bearish bias from the previous week. There could be a follow through, slightly bullish momentum, but there could be significant resistance at the 38 fib retracement level, and we'll see whether the bearish continuation move will start, or whether it's going to continue its recovery higher. Let's take a look at the daily time frame, and you can see that it has been inside the Kumo for the past week and a half, and mainly the past week, where it's just made a U-turn, and after hitting the 21 fib retracement level, where there was a previous flat Kijun Sen area on the daily time frame, so all near the 110 round figure support level. So next week is going to try to continue its recovery to see whether it can break out of the Kumo, where there's also the Tenkan Sen that is falling, and confluence with the daily 55 EMA. So this area is going to be significant intermediate resistance, and we'll see whether it's able to climb back up to the 38 fib retracement level, or even back up to the previous resistance zone. All right, so let's take a look at the weekly chart for the cable, and it has just been drifting lower, up and down for the last 4 weeks, and finding support from this previous swing low, and managed to recover somewhat last week, mainly due to some UK election news. So there's still a very volatile pair if there are any key news risk. It is also moving in a slightly descending wedge. Just under the weekly Kumo, and it has not been able to fall further down to the 38 fib retracement level at the round number of 127.00, where there's a previous flat Kijun Sen as well. This is on the weekly time frame. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. And that's the descending wedge. It's drifting in. We'll see whether it's going to break out from this upper trend line or pull back lower into the support zone, and before trying to push up higher towards the 1.300 level where there's a previous swing high. So either it breaks out from this upper trend line or falls back lower into the lower end of this descending wedge, and if it does break down lower, then there's definitely key support at the 127.00 level. All right, there's not many news events for the Euro and UK, Eurozone and UK next week, so it's just in fact for the UK there's none of note, and only a couple minor news events for the Eurozone. You can check out my other videos on Euro, Cable and Aussie dollar, as well as spot gold and dollar yen. Alright, meanwhile, have a good trading week and cheers.